As we said, we're going to be having a new commentator here on the booth, which is going to be Mifa. Hello there, how are you doing today?
Hello, hello. Yeah, I am absolutely hyped to see this match coming through. And given that we already saw from France versus Macau today, how did you feel about the tiebreaker, actually?
You know, I was expecting. I found the tiebreaker very intriguing because number one, I was expecting Macau to take advantage, like at least remove some of the lead from the technical parts, but it seemed like the contrary happened where France was able to capitalize on that. Number two, those inverse and those hybrid sections really affected Macau. So that really says a lot. And number three, I think this shows that Macau could be falling off on the next round a little bit more than other teams. Just look at that difference between France and Macau. I think that shows a disparity already on physicality, which could be a warning sign for all the other teams who are around Macau seed. At least that's how I felt.
Yeah, they have certainly done their jobs for this particular round, but even with the next round coming up for both of those teams, they're gonna have to do some extra digging on their potential skill sets since the next round is gonna not gonna be that easy. But as we focus on to this next match coming right up here, Hong Kong versus United Kingdom, I personally surprised to see Hong Kong this far into the seed, but United Kingdom as well knocking their socks off, I guess, to be qualifying to the top 32. And we already seen coming up that the bans being shadows for United Kingdom, and also they're not gonna be liking irregular timings for Hong Kong since they are banning Vanguard.
We have to see though. Honestly, like, I think the player I recognize the most in Hong Kong is Tang Jinxi. That's the player I recognize the most in Hong Kong. I'm just gonna go off your comment and say I am also personally surprised because I think in previous years I don't know if we saw Hong Kong this high in the seeding, so I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, since I believe that Hong Kong last year did. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Hong Kong didn't actually or at least participate, or like a couple years back on some 70. But having to place this high of a seeding really shows off on how dangerous they are in probably most likely early rounds, since the names being Tangency and Zek in particular. Tangency is like a long time, almost like an O2 mapper or like a long specialist in most cases. But placing this high, that does mean their rise capabilities are not to be slouched at either.
We're talking about rise ability. I'm actually gonna take a look. Okay, here we go. Honestly speaking, though, if I were the UK, I'd be more afraid of LNs because it seems to be a bigger difference between Hong Kong and United Kingdom in that aspect.
Yeah, coming out right here, the first pick being Nosho Sakuretsu, the core stream pick. Yeah, with being a flashlight main from Bigatron, certainly would be the main player in most cases for the Rise picks.
Yeah, I think Vigatron has always played Flashlight. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so someone can correct me if that's okay. But on a more serious note, accuracy-wise, okay, this is like one of those charts where I expect accuracy to be pretty high amongst everyone just because of how quote-unquote straightforward it is. But with the nature of the chart, some players can find misses, especially once it gets denser and once fatigue starts to kick in.
Yeah, most of the core stream are just most likely at least have a lower core size of 2, but it's still kind of dense, almost introducing double space at some point. But it's also on the lower side of the BPM, so it might be uncomfortable to make sharpshoot or something, but it does seem to be pretty comfortable for both of these teams, really. It's just a matter of accuracy.
Yeah, no one has found any mistakes just yet So it seems like this is still within the comfort zone indeed. But like, look at UC. UC is hitting way too early, and Vicatron's actually hitting a bit too late. And that's gonna be a problem as UC finds a miss. I think that could probably seal the deal, especially with how stable Hong Kong has been. I don't think there's really an opening for this pick.
Yeah, hell of an aggressive pick there for Hong Kong as they're taking the first point there. It's really just a consistency check, and Hong Kong clearly shows that they do not mess around.
Great effort from United Kingdom nonetheless. That full combo from Vigatron, very impressive, but the accuracies that Hong Kong showed were way too powerful to the point where even if you see full combo, I don't think it would have really mattered.
That's yeah, point for Hong Kong right there. United Kingdom's turn to pick, and I'll be honest with you, this is a bit of a sticky situation. I don't know their most of the Rise picks other than the straight up Portuguese. It could be anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they should choose at this point. I think... Okay, I gotta look at their qualifier stats real quick. Okay, they shouldn't pick Hybrid because Hong Kong's actually one of the top performers there. I mean, okay, they're Seed 6 and you should expect them to be top performers in like almost every pick. You know what? I say go for high score because that's like one of the picks that a lot of the lower seeded teams go for.
I guess more speedier pick this time around, huh? Okay. Not... Okay, this is okay. At least I can get the gist of how United Kingdom can do on more of the speedier side of things.
I don't know what to feel about this pick, not gonna lie. Just because I think Hong Kong has a better physicality ceiling. I mean, you can already tell. When a team is seed 6 and 27, at least for 7k, I still think that's a big indication of a physicality ceiling. It's not really like 4k where even though they have different, they have like a big difference in seeds, a lot of 4k teams tend to be pretty physical. Here in 7k though, it can be difficult to find the match for physicality and coordination, regardless of what it is.
It certainly does make you think that more speedier picks would be their forte. It's just straightforward picks like this might be just a toss-up. But regardless, if this is United Kingdom's territory to pick, then what can we say then?
Okay, so you see, like I can't blame people for finding accuracy drops because that start is a very awkward test of how you can fundamentally keep your fingers coordinated. But now we're about to reach, well, a part that isn't too hard yet, but then it starts to really pick up at like the latter half.
Yeah, the intro is basically nothing to worry about. It's just some couple, I guess, triple patterns or maybe some bursts in between, but that's just a filler at that point. Where we're getting into like a little bit more of the main meat of the chart up until like maybe just after this break.
That's actually the worst place to find a miss, right before the break section, because you only really get a very few opportunity for you to be able to catch up, not to mention a very low chance of your opponent missing here as well. Here we go. Now this is where I think could really make the difference. Vigatron still very consistent, but so has Hong Kong, and not to mention higher accuracy as well. Wait a second.
Oh, Tangency has the first drop actually from the second clip, but that's just only that one drop, and that's not even that much of an accuracy drop either.
Well, Zek or Tangency would have to find another drop if that were to mean something. Oh, but
Oh,
Vigatron finding
Megatron.
another myth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think that seals the deal.
Yusi's climbing back up to the 99.6 after the drop, which is fairly quick for an accuracy recovery. But until this last 5 seconds is going to take place, but Megatron finding another drop.
Yeah, I think that does it. The United Kingdom definitely had a little bit of hope there. I mean, hey, the ratio isn't too far apart, but that 200 count definitely affected it a lot.
Props to Yusi for giving up a good fight there. He even has the best 200 count, which it could mean something for the next pick coming up.
I think the United Kingdom's path to picking is a little bit more complicated now, just because Hong Kong has capitalized on a pretty physical pick and has capitalized on a pretty straightforward pick. So it kind of limits the options of what the United Kingdom can choose. I don't think Hong Kong should be the team to pick high score. They should be picking something like probably Hybrid 3. Oh,
High
what?
score it
Oh,
is.
oh my goodness. Okay. So we're literally the opposite of what I thought.
I mean, they have the actual metronome going on, which Hong Kong should be fairly physically comfortable with most chords. I mean, I guess you can call this chord jacks, but I mean it's still fairly dense for what it is.
This is just a metronome battle. I don't know. I have a feeling Mini Egg is coming in for United Kingdom. That's just my gut feeling though. As for Hong Kong, I think they'll keep the same two players. Just because accuracy wise they've been going really well. Never mind, it seems like it's the same player for both teams.
Yeah, let's see who has the best metronome. I mean, I guess the other picks that we shown earlier being straightforward than it is. This is still the same one, except I guess in Cortex in 17 might have been a little bit different in terms of how you keep the timing on because you already have more columns to worry about.
I mean, that's true, but you know, the principle of if let's say you make a mistake in a Korjak chart, it still tends to be a 50 or a lot of 50s, which is why if you make a mistake in a Korjak map, the amount of points that's decreased is a lot compared to like let's say finding a mistake on a jump stream or even a technical chart.
Still waiting for the core jack to happen. At least the intro is just filler. Not bad of a start actually for United Kingdom there, trying to rival with some of the accuracies from Hong Kong. Zek is having a lead on in terms of accuracy, but the second player being Tangency might have a lower accuracy than both of the United Kingdom players.
What I find interesting is both teams have been really consistent, and like you know those patterns with like your ring and your index finger. That is really difficult to keep a very stable accuracy on, and everyone is doing a great job in keeping that.
Except for UC.
Well, never mind, but still high accuracy for both teams, which is kind of expected. But this just goes to show how skilled every team in this tournament is.
Yeah, gradually Vigatron is having some few drops on their own, but at least in terms of accuracy, it's just quite far ahead actually, given how dense the chart up until the last quarter of it, and Vigatron finding the second drop for United Kingdom. No more full combos now.
This is what I was talking about. If you make a mistake, it just decreases your points by a lot, which is why it's really scary to find some sort of mistake here.
More drops coming in from UC there, being the second, actually 2 drops per player, and Hong Kong doesn't budge at all.
Valiant effort on the accuracy side for United Kingdom. And that could have been a V1SS for UC. In fact, could have really beaten out Tang Jinsi. But that wasn't going to be enough, as Hong Kong secures a full team V1SS. Very impressive work overall. But the United Kingdom definitely had their moments where they were able to fight against that.
Yeah, United Kingdom has to change their point of view, because I don't think they want to go with the last prize pick. It's certainly not working for most of the scores that they're already shown. The other long note in the hybrid picks, it's pretty enticing, but I don't know which pick is gonna go for United Kingdom here.
I'm not sure, because they banned an LN pick, so like, okay, they're going for hybrid
Alright.
one, which isn't. I don't think that's a bad choice. Like, you lost 3 rice picks in a row. Try to do something different. I can see where the UK is going for here.
I don't think this has been like a popular hybrid thing, no? Since it's probably like only 1 or 2 times over the course of the weekend.
But like, listening to the chart right now, you know, it kind of gives that awkward hybrid vibes. I'm not sure, but this is the generic hybrid, I think, if I'm not mistaken. This is the generic hybrid. But still though, like, it just doesn't. I just don't know if this is a pick United Kingdom should go for. But compared to whatever is left, I think this is really the best option they have.
Yeah, changing a little bit of a taste for how good their hybrids are. Just to give you an idea that, given how I guess it's pretty technical for this kind of song, which you would expect some drops here and there.
Here we go. I mean, look at this start from the United Kingdom. Hitting way too early already. That's a bad sign. As Zek and Tang Jinsi, like, look, like it's just a battle between who's more stable. Vikatron fighting a lot of business. That's not good at all.
Yeah, not handling some of the long note patterns in this is absolutely it's not really looking good for at this point. Even in this first quarter, the lead is already this massive.
It's really scary as time passes on. It's only 2 minutes and 24 seconds, but like we haven't even reached half, and the lead's already at 50,000 points off of the mistakes of Vigatron, and that's really terrifying. Just because this chart has a lot of those awkward patterns, and I don't think it benefits the United Kingdom at all.
Yeah, under 97 for Vigatron is not a that good of a sight there. It's not that terribly far ahead for Hong Kong either, but you see his props there for actually keeping up with their full combos against Hong Kong being the powerhouse of the hybrid they are.
That's terrifying. And now that UC found another miss, I'm just not sure if there's any opportunity for United Kingdom to catch up. Not to mention, I think this kinda gave away another one of United Kingdom's weaknesses, which seems to be technical charts that have LNs on it. Technical hybrids in general. So I think Hybrid 3 could be something that Hong Kong could go into.
They already have a 100,000 point lead, which at this point you can just drop the keyboards right there and just probably walk away, but it's just really hard there to even match the scores that Hong Kong has. It's just two full combos against none at this point.
Yeah, I believe Hong Kong has only missed once this entire match.
Terrifying scores there for Hong Kong, giving their actual strength to make sure that they do not really mess around with their picks.
Yeah, that is. I don't know. I'm looking at the chat right now. I mean, I have a feeling Hong Kong's gonna go hybrid 3 because like hybrid 3 is probably the best option. Oh, it said they're going LN2, which I think also works.
It is what it says it is. This is just density, and we already see that being dense for a chart that has mostly long nodes. It's their strengths really. It's just Hong Kong's strengths to a T.
Yeah, I think it should be LN2. This is a great pick. Are they gonna put mini egg in here? I'm actually wondering.
At some point, they would have to switch out with one of their players, and there you go. They have mini egg in the lobby now.
Okay, yeah, there we go. It is gonna be mini egg. So here we go. This is, I think, the first switch United Kingdom has done.
I mean, apart from one switch, the actual team members have been staying exactly the same. Yeah, we should be getting Starix soon. Let's see to give a taste of being swapped on how much of a difference this could make for a swap.
I mean, in NWC 4K, mini egg was very good when it comes to LNs and hybrids. So I'm actually curious if this also transfers to 7K, which I think could really work out well if that gets transferred.
Okay, there's a no fail already. I don't know. It seems like it's still struggling though. Like 93% this intro. It's very rough.
Very rough indeed. I think the fact that we see a UR like that goes to show a lot of misreads and also difficulty to have accuracy in general. Meanwhile, UC isn't too far off Tang Jingxi, but the Hong Kong is just... You know, Hong Kong has just been super consistent this entire match.
Well, qualifier says it all. For for seeding this high, you would expect Hong Kong to do very well on every single picks, and this clearly shows.
Like, it's kinda evident that Hong Kong, like, even in the qualifiers, like, they were just mad consistent. They're one of those teams, at least in this round, they're like, what do you even pick against them?
I don't have the answer to that. Hong Kong has been fairly, very consistent. You just have to match them, and unfortunately, a matchup like this tends to happen, and this was the result. Even like above 300,000 points of difference, there's clearly no way to throw this up.
Pretty much. Mini Egg, unfortunately, has found chains of misses here and there. UC also finding a drop, and I think that kinda seals the deal already, as if it hasn't been sealed a while ago. Tang Jinxi and Zek have been mad consistent this entire match. You gotta give it to them. I think both of them played the entire match. It was only them.
Yeah, it was only one miss from this entire match from Hong Kong. It was by Tangent on Catalanesi earlier. and it's just that one miss, nothing else. Uh, it's just awful combos at this point. So, very valiant effort by United Kingdom to stave off the lead from Hong Kong. But I mean, unfortunately, this matchup really is not feeling it for United Kingdom and has to go with the lower bracket of the this tournament. And Hong Kong, being this strong as they are, it's very tough to match Hong Kong scores for I guess for the upcoming round later on.
It really is. Hong Kong has been so consistent. And the next team that's going to be facing them, I believe, is the winner of Seed 11 versus whoever Seed 11 is facing. I could be wrong. But I think that's the math at least there. Actually, you know what? I'll take a look. But on a
Yeah,
more
it's
serious note,
very yeah, it's very telling to see that being the pool is going to cater around mid game. I guess mid game strengths for Hong Kong.
okay.
Having this kind of consistency is really insane.
So it's the winner against Russian Federation and Denmark, which I believe is happening literally 30 minutes from now.
Oh yeah, that's also a matchup that I'm fairly interested in as well. Being another a bit of a mid-seeded teams in particular, Russia and I guess Denmark could have been it could be interesting. I'm actually looking forward to that.
I am too. I think it could be really close. Even if the seed difference is 11, I think that could still be a close match. Really looking forward to see what those teams will perform. But for the meantime, I think the Korea versus Czech Republic match is still ongoing. Don't be afraid to hop into there. Do you have anything else to say, Mifa, before this channel takes a bit of a break?
Yeah, I guess we're stay tuned for like in Russia and Denmark because we also have two matches coming at the same time as well. Not just Russia versus Denmark though. We also have Peru versus Singapore, which also a little bit of a same situation for Hong Kong versus UK earlier. Peru has been seeded quite high as well. They might surprise you on this round in particular. And as well, one more thing to mention, we also do have banners coming up for for this tournament as well. You can purchase the favorite banners on Osu's store as well to give your support to your favorite teams, and your support and your cause will be highly appreciated for the effort they had to make around for this tournament.
Indeed. Thanks so much for mentioning that. Indeed, banners are a great way for you to show your support for the country that you reside in, or for whatever country you want to show your support for. However, I guess that's it for now. That's a great effort for both teams. The Korea versus Czech Republic match isn't done yet, so feel free to catch it at oslive_2. I'm Silois Kaels, and with me is Mifa. Signing off for the meantime. See you in 30 minutes.
Stay tuned for that, guys.